Palm Beach in Florida is known as the Gold Coast of America, thanks to the golden beaches that form its coastline. It's an area that attracts thousands of visitors, and it's also become a playground for the wealthy. Golf is a hugely popular pastime here, and amongst the most prestigious courses in the region is Old Palm, home to several tour players like Lee Westwood, Charles Schwartzel and Louis Oosthuizen. We sent our reporter Cara Robinson there not to meet the tour stars, but one of the club's caddies who's anything but your regular bagman.
Well, I'm down here at Old Palm Golf Club in Palm Beach, Florida. I've been joined by one of the caddies who's been here a long time. It's George Slupski. I'm just going to catch up and have a bit of a chat and learn about life at Old Palm. So how long have you been working here?
I've been here since the day we opened, 9 years. So I'm one of the original caddies. I love Old Palm. I love Palm Beach Gardens. I love Old Palm. I mean, course condition here is the best in Palm Beach. Very member-friendly golf course. You know, you make a mistake out here, you don't make double or triple bogey. You can still make bogey or par. You know, it's very friendly, and I love Old Palm. Been here since day one, and I love it.
He's one of the caddies here at Old Palm, but he's also was the 2010 Senior Long Drive Champion. Many people wouldn't expect you to find you on their bag if they got a caddy here. So.
Right? No. I surprise them a lot. I keep a low profile. I don't tell them much about it. When they start asking, do you play golf? I kind of tell them a little, and they say, well, you're big, you must hit it pretty far. And I said, hit it okay. And I usually hit a few balls for them and hit it about 120 past them.
Well, Old Palm's known to have a few famous residents here. I think Lee Westwood being the most recent one. I hear you had a funny story with him. He made you have a hit in front of him, right?
I don't think he realized who I was. And he asked me to hit a few balls, and I kept turning them down. You know, I know my role. I'm a caddy, and I leave it at that. And then Chubby Chandler kept begging me to hit a ball. I said, all right, let me see your driver. And I hit it probably 50 by him. You know, and I think he thought I broke the face of his driver, and that was the funny part about this. He was looking at it up in the sky like I caved it in. I was kind of hoping I did, but I didn't.
So you take Lee Westwood's driver out of his bag and hit it 50 yards further than he does as a tour pro. That's pretty impressive.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I do, though. I mean, I hit it long. I mean, I don't have the overall game where I could ever play golf against him. You know, I'm probably a 3 handicap. He'd be a +5, let's say, if he kept scoring, you know. So, but my game is hitting it long.
Okay, so George Slupski is your name, but we all seen your bag down here, the animal. Where did that come from?
Right. Basically, at long drive events, people would just scream out, swing like an animal. And I think it just kind of stuck. And there was an old wrestler, George the Animal Steele, that used to be my favorite wrestler. I think people put 2 and 2 together and just kind of nicknamed me that.
Okay, well, I know people watching are probably dying to see you hit a ball, so let's have a look at it. Try and explain to us what the secret to long driving is.
All right, I'll hit a couple with my playing driver and then a couple with the long one.
All right, so you've got a playing driver and a long driver.
Now, this club here, and when I'm trying to play golf.
Okay, so you're trying to play around.
Yes, this is 7X as far as stiffness, which, you know, because I'm trying to hit the ball straight.
Okay.
Long drive, I get 1 out of 6, they count. The other 5, I really don't care, so I only use a 1X to get more whip and more power. But when I'm trying to play, I'm trying to hit it straighter.
Okay.
So this will be, I'll warm up a few of these.
When you're in a long drive contest, say, does it have to be straight to count?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the fairway's a lot wider than what I would normally play if I was playing a regular round of golf.
Okay.
So it's kind of basically 2 different games, long drive and golf. I mean, not a lot of similarities.
Okay.
So different mental approach to both.
Okay, so we'll do a couple of warm-up shots with your playing driver that probably would still far outdrive any of us. Wow. Nice little draw on that too.
Yeah, the playing driver, you know, it goes, I try to hit it around 300 yards. I don't really care to hit it any further than that because I'm just trying to play golf. I want it to be straight. I'll even take 280. I don't care. I'm not trying to hit it like in long drive. I need to hit it like 370. This, as long as it goes 280 or more right in that area, I'm fine with that.
Okay, imagine you're still probably the furthest down the fairway.
Right.
That is a beautiful drive. That one was straight as. You long drive champions have to look after your physique. We can see you're a big guy. How important is it for you to stay in shape and be as fit as you possibly can for your sport?
It's good, especially with me. I'm almost 50 now. I'm getting older. I have to work out a lot to try to stay limber, but it's a lot of stretching, a lot of core work, a lot of medicine ball work. I don't do much in the way of powerlifting, a little bit, but it's more of speed, a lot of speed drills. So, okay, this driver, crank driver, this is 48 inches. This is the long drive. A little bit whippier shaft. I'm gonna get a little more power out of it. I'm going to lose probably a little control. But like I said, 1 out of 6 I'm trying to get in. So basically what I do with this, since it's a longer club, I'm going to get obviously a little away from, I'm going to widen my stance a little.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm just going to think of really big, long backswing.
Wow. You actually still got that pretty straight, George.
That was it's about as good as I got there. That was.
What do you think that is? About 360, 370?
That's probably in the 360, 70 range. You know, here in Florida, we're at sea level. That's about what I'd hit it. You know, when I go out to the competition in Las Vegas or Mesquite, Nevada, that's probably 385 because it's going to carry longer out there. You know, here we're at sea level, so it doesn't carry too far.
What people need to understand, I think, is what you've tried to explain to me, that it's a totally different ball game,
Totally,
long driving.
Totally different mentality. I mean, my mentality, and I'll just tell you, if I was up here to play golf, you know, I'm going to pick a target out, and I know my fairway's 40 yards wide. I have to get it in that fairway somewhere. With this, you know, we get 6 drives. Obviously, I'd like to have 6 in play, but obviously I know hard as I'm going to swing, it's not really going to happen. So I just try to take the middle of the grid, and I just try to hit it absolutely, pretty much as hard as I can hit it, you know.
And where does that power come from in the swing for long driving?
The key here is when I wind up, what I want to do is work on a thing we call X factor, where my hips are going to be restricted where they're going, and the shoulders are going to go pretty much twice as wide. Okay. If you took a camera and looked down below me, this would create similar to an X.
Yeah.
And most people lose their power because they come back with their hips and they don't bring their shoulders back.
Yeah.
I try to limit my hip turn, and I want a huge shoulder turn.
Okay, so whereas in a normal golf swing you might move your whole hip turn around as well.
And the key to that, on the downswing, I try to spin my hips back this way, not towards the target, this way as hard, as fast as I can. So when I get here, the left pocket goes back towards behind me as fast as I can. So.
Okay, so the long levers are a huge advantage.
Right. So I just get it back, and you know, I just let it go. I pretty much swing 100%. I don't really hold much back.
I would love to have seen Lee Westwood's face when you hit that kind of a drive with his with his club. I see what you mean now. Actually, watching you close up, how you really try and keep the lower half of your body still, and it all comes from the arms.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to build power. I mean, you know, when you keep the hips kind of restrict, they move a little. Don't get me wrong, but here I want this stretching in these, you know, oblique muscles. Mm-hmm. If my hips come with it, there's no power with it. You know, so you want to.
So you do quite a bit of oblique work in the gym, presumably?
Oh yeah, a lot of core work.
So you've mentioned how you're nearly approaching 50. I mean, this is incredible to see. I didn't even know there was a senior long drive champion. So what age does the senior competition start?
45.
And did you used to compete before 45?
Yeah, a lot of years. I was 24, 25 times to the World Finals. Came close to winning the Open division probably 6 times. So.
And how has life changed now competing in the senior part of the contest in terms of how you look after yourself and how you condition your body?
Well, if I was doing what I was doing now when I was in my 20s, I think I would have won 3 or 4 world titles.
So you're the secret long driver, I suppose, by night, but not by night. And by day, you're a caddy here at Old Farm, and some people don't even have a clue.
No, they don't have a clue, and I usually don't tell them.
Unless they ask, and then you can...
Right. Well, here I'm known. I've been here since day one. Where I go work up north, you know, we get a lot of guest groups. I usually don't say nothing, but once in a while, if a guy thinks he's hitting it far and I have to put him in his place, I'll do it, but normally...
Well, I think if you want to come and play golf in the sun in Florida and you want a caddy that can probably hit it quite a lot further than you, then this is the place to come. Ask for a guy called George. George, give us one more to see us out.
You got it. Ooh, that might be the best I ever hit one right there.
That might be the best I've ever hit. I'm speechless. George, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.